Hey, what's up guys? Kaiser here, and check where I am. The last place you'd probably expect me, outside of a Lululemon. Now you might be wondering, what's Kaiser doing out here? Is he taking up yoga? Well, I have been doing a little bit of yoga, but that's not why I'm here. This is going to be a combination book review and business review, because I just read the book, the Lululemon Stretchy Pants book by the founder, Chip Wilson, and why not actually visit one of their locations? So I'm out here outside of one of their newer ones, one of their really fancy ones. So we're gonna go inside, check it out. And the reason we're doing this, I mean, obviously the book is not a book about working out per se, but this company, Lulu, is one of the most iconic companies in the fitness landscape, probably in history. Now, we generally tend to think of places like SoulCycle or other gyms impacting the fitness culture. But when you think about Lululemon, they probably had among the biggest, if not the biggest impact of all. They've changed the way people dress, especially the way women dress, right, ladies? And they've also changed, like I said, the entire fitness culture, creating an awareness for a different type of training and what basically everybody is doing these days when it comes to working out, and the impact on the fitness clothing market, all that stuff, that's without saying. So a lot of stuff to learn here, so let's get started. Let's go inside. Alright guys, so here we are. Now, this company is known for a lot of things, honestly. They changed retail as a whole. They did a lot of amazing things, a multi-billion-dollar brand. Now, the first part is you see how when you open up and you come in, it's a lot of men's stuff. Now, Lulu, again, like I talked about, it is a lot about stretchy pants. That's what the book title is. It's about yoga pants, you know, about clothes that women wear that make them look good and flatter their figures. But as a trainer, you know, for a long time, I got onto Lulu early on. You know, it's just good stuff. Their hoodies are good. So, you know, people will ask me sometimes, why do you wear that? But you know what? You can't wear Nike every single day, right? So let's work our way in. So we see a lot of their great stuff here. Here's a, like, you know, guy over there. He's really into yoga, but he looks good. You know, his outfit looks good. And then as we come in, we see what their bread and butter is. All right, it's all the amazing clothes for women, all of this stuff. They're known for their materials. Now, one thing that we're going to talk about the book in a little more detail, but one thing that Chip talks about a lot in the book is the market research, about knowing his market, and also the product and consumer research. He was among one of the first people, if not the first person, to put the seam of his clothes on the outside. Now, if you've been wearing sports clothes for a long time, you know the seam starts to chafe you when it's on the inside. So he put it on the outside, and he did it in a way that flatters your body. So that was one big innovation by him. So he did a lot of work into that, into materials. He also was the first one to infuse it with metal, with gold, so that it smells less. You know, you wear something one time, or even while you're wearing it, it might start stinking. So he was able to stop that. Now it's a very common practice. So when it comes to knowing his market, he was at the start of the trends towards yoga. He met it right at the beginning. You could say that he was part of making it popular, because you saw people wearing this stuff. If you're wearing the pants, you're like, hey, you know what? Might as well just go take a yoga class, right? You know, he did a really good kind of, we call it an avatar in business, where he's understanding who the person is, and he's making the company to suit them. So a lot of their messaging on their bags, which they're famous for, and a lot of the words they use and the imagery they use, a lot of that is related to knowing who your market is. So a very big lesson in business, something that we try to do at Better Body. That's why we've been able to do such a good job. We're one of the top businesses in the country in fitness. And obviously this is another level, the highest level of that. their layout of their clothing, very interesting. Now, one thing we're gonna look at, I hope no one's in here. Yep, we're good, we're safe, is the fitting room. Now, one thing Chip talks about is that the most important thing that you want to know when you're in the fitting room, that private place, is how your butt looks in the Lulu pants, right? So here, if you spin around here, they have that cool, fancy triple mirror. You see that? So you can check yourself out from every angle. And ladies, you know this already, it goes without saying, and it kind of goes under the radar. You don't really think about it. You don't really understand it sometimes. When you see something like that, you're like, oh, that's cool. But those are the types of things that sets a business apart. So this was a great thing that he was able to do, learning some of these lessons. Like, one of the big changes you're gonna make, that we're gonna make, that you're gonna see at Better Body over the next year in 2019 and 2020, is our move towards greater amenities. So having this amenity was a big part in what made Lulu successful. And it seems like a subtle thing, but a lot of people have tried to jump into this market, have tried to do as good a job, but they fail. Think about all the big brands, the clothing brands out there today. They all in some way copy what Lulu does. A lot of them, Nike has a whole line of stuff like this. And when you think about the other big brands, Gymshark and stuff like that, the new, up-and-coming brands, again, they're trying to follow this same example. They're trying to specialize, trying to appeal to one aspect of fitness culture, but also trying to capture this same look and same fit. So these guys were the originators in just a lot more ways than just one. All right, guys, so let's get into the book review part of the book. So here it is. All right, I got it right there on my phone. That's where I read it these days. And in general, I think you guys, when it comes to working out, when it comes to changing your body, working out isn't enough anymore. You need to, sure, it's only 1 hour a day. That's part of our pitch. That's part of our marketing sell, that it's only 1 hour a day. But you still have your other 23 hours. So what's going to happen in that time? How are you going to keep your head in the game? Now, fitness is, reading is one big part of that. Fitness is obviously the biggest part, your workout part. So you need to get immersed in the fitness culture, and reading is one of the best ways to do that. So picking up fitness books, but not only that, understanding how the world around you, when it comes to fitness, was formed. Why are you wearing the type of clothes you're wearing? Why is it that you're all of a sudden wearing these types of clothes? Now, somebody invented them, somebody thought of them, there's a big company behind it. And when you learn about that type of stuff, the way I look at it is you start to decode the matrix. You start to understand the world around you, and you can start making up your own mind. We're always constantly being marketed to, constantly being sold. People are fighting for our attention, and we just kind of walk around aimlessly in this world we're given, never really making up our own mind, making our own decisions, understanding how it was formed. So this is just one small way to appreciate that and understand that. When you think about this company, think about the clothes you wear, whether you like this company or not, understanding, its role in the fitness landscape, just the fitness culture, understanding it, understanding how it evolved, how it was shaped, and how a clothing company can play its part of that. I think that, before we even talk about the content of the book, is one of the best parts of the book. Now, what you're all probably wondering, what you're thinking about, is the whole Lululemon controversy. These days when you talk to anybody, they have some sort of negative feeling about this company because of what they think that they heard the founders say. So he discusses that whole controversy in the book. So if you're curious about that, that's a big subject, obviously, right? I was just talking to someone that works here, and it's actually a pair of sheer pants that he was saying is on the cover, like a defective pair of pants. So the people that work in your company, again, that's what we feel about Better Body. Better Body really is, I mean, it's you, the members, but it is our people. It's our trainers, it's our people that work here. Well, it's the same thing with Lulu. You know, he understands. I think he wants to be in the video. Here, get up, she. Here, get over here, go. Only in Williamsburg, guys, that, you know, dogs are running around, actually everywhere these days, right? Yeah, so being, you know, a company where great people can find a home and do great things, you know, that's what Lulu has been about for a long time. I think you all remember, like think about the first time that you went to a Lululemon. You knew that it was something different. The people that worked there were different, the clothes were different, the fitting room, like we talked about, is different. So a lot of differentiators from the get-go. So whether you're in management, whether you're in business, a lot of lessons for you on that. So overall, guys, to understand fitness culture, to understand a business story, you know, I think the business story part is good. It's great about that. This is in the business section, you know. That's the reason most people will pick up the book, but just the other aspects, the cultural aspects, are another big part about the book. So go ahead, don't forget to pick this up. Now, I don't want to end this segment yet. Let me see if I can get a hold of someone that works here. We can talk to them for a little bit, and we can do a proper closing. So we're not done yet. Stay tuned. Like Chip talks about in the book, he talks a lot about the super women this company was made for. Now, we got one of the super guys of Lulu here. Now, how do you feel about working here, Colby, like at such an innovative company that has such a big impact on how people live their lives, how they look every day, how they, you know, I mean, you could say some of the yoga movement is a result of the fashion impact that Lulu had, not just the other way around. So, in a lot of ways, an iconic company. How do you feel about that?
The whole company starts around culture, and it's a very growth. They promote growth. Personally, it could be in-company goals to grow within the company, or it could be on your own special projects, and your team members hold you accountable, and that's kind of where everything stems. It's just a very encouraging environment, and that also stems from the yoga culture as well.
Yeah. See, like I was talking about a little while ago when I was talking about the book, is that a lot of that was thought out, you know, in creating this company, and creating the culture. And also, it's one of the big differentiators you notice right away. Like when you were here shooting, and you guys are going to see that, you'll see Colby greeting the customers when they're coming in, stuff like that. So you'll see that all along in the background. So that was one of the biggest parts. And you said, like, it is a proactive decision the company makes, right, to make it a great place for you, right?
Yeah. And when we, you know, when we're considering new team members, it really is all about how you fit as a family, as a team, and how you work together and all that. It's an amazing company. It's one of my favorite jobs I've ever had.
All right, amazing, man. So welcome to New York.
Thank you.
I'll see you on the courts.
Yes, sir.
All right. And that's it for this episode, guys. Business review, book review, all in one. You'll be hearing from me soon. Take care.